In business, your biggest threat is the one you never saw coming. Your competition isn't always loud. Sometimes, it grows in silence right next to you. While you're posting, they're pivoting. While you're pitching, they're studying your next move. This is not paranoia. It's the market. And whether you're ready or not, you're already in the game. Welcome to the ultimate guide on competitive analysis. Not the boring boardroom kind. This is war room strategy, where business growth isn't a gamble, it's a calculated climb. Let's face it, most businesses analyze their competition the way a boxer studies another fighter after a knockout. Too little, too late. They Google a few competitors, glance at a few social posts, and call it analysis. That's not strategy. That's scrolling. Real competitive analysis is structured, intentional, ruthless in insight, and soft in observation. It's how Netflix beat Blockbuster, how Apple studied, then destroyed Nokia, and how small brands today are snatching market share from giants. Here's the truth. If you don't know your competitors better than they know themselves, you're not building an empire. You're building a target. Your real competitor is not always who you think it is. Sometimes it's the underdog quietly dominating your niche while you watch the wrong Goliath. There are two types of competitors. Direct. Same product, same market. Indirect. Different product, same customer need. Starbucks' direct competitor? Dunkin'. But its indirect competitor? Even your local cafe, or a productivity app that replaces your coffee break. So the first step? List out 3 to 5 direct and indirect competitors. Visionaries. Study their websites, their offers, their positioning. Visionaries. Don't just look at who they are. Understand who they're talking to, because the person they're reaching might just be your next customer. What are they doing better than you? It hurts, but answer honestly. Is their brand story more compelling? Is their pricing strategy more attractive? Are their reviews filled with praise while yours are silent? This isn't to envy. It's to extract. You're not analyzing them to become them. You're analyzing to outmaneuver them. Now flip the mirror. What are they missing? Are they slow to respond? Do their visuals feel dated? Are their funnels weak or full of friction? Where they're clumsy, you must be sharp. Where they're noisy, you must be strategic. Branding is not just your logo. It's the feeling they leave after they've said nothing. What story does your competitor tell? Do they own the luxury space? The budget-friendly angle? The we care more brand tone? Now ask yourself, what do they want customers to believe? Then, what do you want customers to believe instead? Positioning is perception, and perception shapes profit. You want to know what content wins? Look at what they post the most and what gets the most engagement. What platforms are they active on? What type of content? Educational, entertaining, emotional. Do they run ads? What do those ads say? You can use free tools like Meta Ad Library, Ubersuggest, or SEMrush to peek into their playbook. But here's the twist. Don't copy their content. Decode their intent. Why are they saying what they're saying? What emotion are they tapping into? Then come back and craft your own message. But sharper, stronger. So when your audience scrolls, they stop for you. Want to really understand your competition? Become their customer. Sign up for their newsletter. Buy their product. Ask their chatbot a question, then take notes on their onboarding flow, their email cadence, their tone of voice, their refund process, their packaging, their customer support. Why? Because customers don't just buy products, they buy experiences. And if your competitor is making that experience magical, you've got work to do. But if they're sloppy, slow, or confusing, that's your chance to shine. This is where the gold lies. After studying your competitors, you'll notice things they all do the same, and spaces they're all leaving blank. That blank space? That's your battlefield. Maybe they all speak in jargon and no one's making things simple. Maybe they serve the high-end market, but no one helps the beginners. Maybe their offers are too bloated and yours can be sleek. Find the gap. Own the gap. Because growth doesn't just come from being better. It comes from being different. Strategically. Markets evolve. Fast. What worked for your competitor 6 months ago might fail tomorrow. That's why your analysis isn't a one-time ritual. Make it a quarterly strategy session. Update your insights. Refresh your intel. Ask. Have new players entered the market? Did anyone rebrand or pivot? What's trending that wasn't before? If you want to dominate your industry, you can't be reactive. You have to see the wave before it crashes and surf it before they do. Let them shout. Let them post 100 times a day. Let them race for attention. You're watching, studying, sharpening your next 10 moves while they're celebrating one. That's how real empires rise. Not in noise, but in strategy, silence, and execution. So the next time you're tempted to blindly copy a trend, pause. Instead, study the players, master the map, and position yourself where the market's heading, not where it's been. Because the business that sees clearly grows boldly. Thank you for tuning in to this masterclass on competitive analysis for business growth. Remember, your competitors aren't your enemies. They're your blueprints. And with the right eyes, you don't just survive the market. You lead it. We don't just talk business. We move empires.